here we are in Bitcoin. Normally, when I would look at this rising channel that we're in and the way it's kind of formed, I would look at this and say it has a bear flag lick. And in Bitcoin, I would expect this to break down and retest the lows. That's the kind of shape we are, especially with us holding underneath these daily moving averages. I know they're flat, which means we've got a sideways range, but we're really struggling to make any headway to the upside. Even though we keep finding buyers, we're not doing what we need to do to become a bullish reversal. We're stuck. In fact, if we drew the 50% lines, you know, these Marubosu lines that you draw through the midpoint of thrust candles. So this bearish thrust candle here is the high of this one, and here within our channel, if we're going to do a bullish reversal here, we need to close more than 50% up on this red candle, you know, and 50% up on this red candle, which is a little bit lower than where we are now, is where we haven't been able to. It's going to be our signal anyway. That's in terms of Japanese candlesticks, would be the bullish reversal that we need to see. Until we get that, we have this bearish reversal still in play, and this, unfortunately, this downtrend still in play. If we put fibs in, we should be looking better than we are in terms of fib levels. We've gotten above this 236 fib level. So this is a bigger correction than normal, and we would expect this then to be an A leg, a B leg, and then another leg higher at least. But you know, it's just nothingness really. It's just stuck sideways. Now if I lock this level, you can see lows, highs, lows, highs, highs. These highs here, the closing highs, and this is the level that we haven't been able to close below. So that may also give us a little bit of an early warning. That's 9224. So daily close below 9224 would send us lower likely, and a daily close above this Marubosu line, which I think is around 9340, depending on your exchange, 9340, would give us an upward range. And so we can peak outside of these sideways range in the daytime, but for the last 4 days, that's kind of capped us, and that's what we want to see a breakout of. So really nothing doing, you know, until we do. And the which way next will give us the next direction. If we take a look at the stock indexes, which they have been very tightly correlated with, Bitcoin's been very correlated with, except even the Nasdaq, we see that we're at new highs this morning in the stock indexes. We've actually managed to break out of this 4 or 5 day sideways range to the upside. The problem is these are American charts, these are American indexes. The America's not open yet. Here again in the Nasdaq, again new highs. It's Monday morning, America's not open yet, and quite often on a Monday morning, the high or the low that you'll see out of hours could be the high or the low for the week. So although I know we're in a really strong uptrend, we have actually stalled lately and been going sideways, and so potentially, you know, we could see we have the room at least for it to be a little bit tricky. If we measure, for example, for an ABC correction here in this S&P, you know, we don't really have much wiggle room until we get to that big until we get to that level, do we? That ABC level, 3227. And I think that we could potentially see a reversal there today. So let's see what happens. You know, it's really high summer. Summer trading's always a difficult time. So it's likely that stocks just waffle around is basically what I'm trying to say. And if we're seeing the correlation, then, you know, we really need some really good news to drive us out of this sideways range and higher. So if Bitcoin follows stocks higher, we'll break out of this sideways range to the upside. If we do see another swing higher from here, this is our first leg, second leg, third, so we'll do a third drive. We'll go from fib to fib. This first swing took us to the 236 fib. This second one took us to the 38.2. So we would expect this next drive higher to take us to 50% of the drop in Bitcoin, which would be 96.19 here at, this is Deribit is 8 different exchanges prices amalgamated by volume. So yeah, I would expect around 9,600 if we break this little sideways range to the upside next in Bitcoin. And then, you know, we are back above our daily moving averages. We would then look and see if we can pull back, find support, and carry on higher from there. And then we can say, you know, maybe this downward channel will then have the look of being over, wouldn't it? And then we could say, yeah, maybe we are about to start something. And then if we can get above our 10,000 resistance, we'll be on our way. I know there's lots to do, isn't it? There's this. So, and there's our big resistance up here. So that's where we are in Bitcoin. Really, really lagging, and lots of big alts doing so much better. If we look at Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin still has further to fall as far as I'm concerned, even though we've been continuing lower. We've got this, we're doing this 61.8, 38.2 thing, and back to the weekly 200 moving average. This is what I'm expecting here in Bitcoin dominance. And so until we get down here around 57, I expect that altcoins continue to outperform Bitcoin. And so begin to have a diversified portfolio instead of just waiting for when Bitcoin is going to turn higher again.